On February 18th, Harmonix officially announced that as of April 2nd, 2013, new DLC releases for Rock Band will end. What does this mean for the future? We'll talk about that right here on this episode of Cena's Corner.
Cena's Corner, world's #1 rhythm game reviewer.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Alright, a video that I did not ever think that I would have to make, at least not right now. As you heard at the top of the video, on February 18th, Harmonix has released an announcement that said that as of April the 2nd, DLC for Rock Band, the new DLC that is, will cease. Also, to clarify this also does mean that content for RBN will still be available and uploaded. However, it will not be for the PlayStation 3 at all, just for Xbox 360. So they're stopping all support, it looks like, for the PS3 side of things, and only RBN content will be new, I'm assuming, on the Xbox 360. So, before I go any further, we're going to discuss what I think the future of Rock Band is. What does this mean? The #1 question I have been asked is, does this mean there's no Rock Band 4? Does this mean that Harmonix is ending? I think Harmonix has pretty much, even though not so directly, answered that question in what I'm about to read to you. So for those of you who this is new to, you haven't heard the press release, I'm going to go ahead and read that right here, right now, just so if you haven't heard, no one thinks that all of a sudden I'm just coming out with this theory that Rock Band has ended DLC. This is a post that was left by Harmonix, has Harmonix Henry's name on it. So let me read it to you here really quick. It says, "Hey gang, as you may have seen in our recent announcement regarding the release of Rock Band Blitz tracks as singles, Rock Band DLC production has gradually slowed over the past 5 years. We've managed to maintain a consistent release schedule for a staggering 275 consecutive weeks, releasing over 4,000 songs for the Rock Band platform, but in recent months, we've scaled production down as we've transitioned resources onto other projects. With several new titles in development and developers needed to usher these new games along, April 2nd will be the last weekly DLC release for Rock Band. While there is no content currently scheduled beyond April 2nd, we still have DLC releases lined up for the next few weeks, including the remaining tracks from RB Blitz, several pro guitar upgrades, and a handful of artists who have not yet appeared in Rock Band. We're incredibly proud of the DLC milestones we've set, especially producing the largest music library of any game available, and we wouldn't have been able to release as much outstanding content without the support of our amazing community. As thanks to the community, we're going to continue the ongoing DLC sale of 50% off over 1,100 songs, so fans can continue to build their personal libraries from our back catalog. We hope that you'll all agree that this has been a tremendous run, and you should know it's a ride that we at Harmonix have been thrilled to be a part of. We're going to continue to support the forums and rockband.com and hope to still see you rocking out online and photos of Rock Band parties shared on Twitter and Facebook or here on the forums. Whether you waited in line for a midnight release of Rock Band over 5 years ago, or you just joined the party with Rock Band Blitz, whether you've downloaded every single song we've ever released, or you've just played on disc songs until your neighbors moved away, whether you're a metal shredder or a bubblegum pop singer, thank you for being a part of our band. Rock on, Harmonix Music Systems." Now, this is part of a fact, so I'll just give you the first one because this pertains to this and what I said. And the first question on the FAQ, the fact is this the end of Rock Band? And here is the answer given by Harmonix. This is the end of weekly Rock Band DLC. Rock Band remains an essential part of the history of Harmonix, and the franchise will always be near and dear to our hearts. We don't have any Rock Band titles in active development at the moment, and we'll no longer be releasing weekly DLC, but you can expect us to continue to support the existing titles and the extensive song library. We're not breaking up the band, but we are taking a break from 5+ years of weekly performances. Now, if you guys want to read the rest of that FAQ, I'll be more than happy, and I will post that right here in this video, along with the press release that Harmonix did release. So let's talk about what all this means. I think from that answer, you kind of get the idea that yes, this is the end of Rock Band currently as we know it. There's a lot of statements that talks of Rock Band in the past tense, like we will continue to support the forums, we will continue to support rockband.com, we will continue to support the platform or the games that's already out for the platform. So I believe what they're trying to tell us is, yes, this is it. I wouldn't look for a Rock Band 4 announcement from E3. I would look for some other exciting things that Harmonix has been working on. So 275 consecutive weeks. I know you know what consecutive means, but let's just put more emphasis on that. That means 275 straight weeks, never missing a week, never missing a song from a week. So we had 275 straight weeks of that, almost 4,000 songs. I own about half of those. That is an accomplishment by itself. There probably should be a new category created in the Guinness World Book for Gamers, because if there was, that should be there. That is a tremendous feat. No other game, no other music game, and probably no other game that offers DLC has ever had 275 consecutive weeks of just solid content, week after week after week. It was impossible for me, at least, for this game to ever get boring. Half of those tracks I still haven't played yet, and there's a lot of people that said they got bored with Rock Band. How could you? These people gave you over 4,000 tracks and a little over 5 years. So it's tremendous. So where does the community go from here? There is speculation that the community is dead. I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. The community, I wouldn't say is dead. There are still some troopers out there that still plays Rock Band consistently. However, I do feel that it is slow a bit, and with the exit of Rock Band, it's going to slow down even more. Folks, let's face it, even with some new games that is coming out that's kind of on the real music scene that I haven't touched yet, it's going to be hard to compete with what Rock Band is and what Rock Band has done. You just can't look at the fact that this was a game. If you really want to go a little bit deeper, I'm going to go a little bit deeper, including myself, as what Rock Band really has done and what it really means. Let's start here. From the inception of Rock Band 5+ years ago, let's just face the facts, let's put it out there, the equipment at the first was not the best, especially the drums. The first thing to start getting sold for drums was a pedal. One of my first reviews called the Wood Rock Pedal. This guy just made a pedal out of some decent wood that was the shape of the original Rock Band pedal that we got in the box, and that's what people started using. From there, the trend just kept going. It gave birth to businesses, it gave birth to careers, it made people a ton of money. And if you want to be honest about it, Harmonix was getting none of this money that was being generated up underneath their name and the name of their game. Yet, because they were all about community, they never shut it down. They never followed suits. They never said you're infringing. Could they have? Most likely. Because the fact this was kind of their product they're putting out there, and people's making it better and making tens of thousands of dollars. I can tell you I'm responsible for some of the money that other people has generated from Rock Band. I was the one that brought you guys an interview or review for you for the first time, Goodwood Mods. There was a line that was longer than whatever, just waiting to hear what I thought of the Goodwood Mods drum kit. If you want to further talk about me, they gave me a career. 5+ years ago, no one knew who I was. Nobody probably would have ever cared who I was. But Rock Band gave me that opportunity. I simply just did a review on a couple of pedals, or my thought process on a couple of pedals. One of that pedals being the Destroyer pedal, which was created by a person that was in the community. He didn't have a big company. He wasn't floating around. It was just him. By himself, they created this pedal. From that article, which is still up on the rockband.com forum boards to this day, I became who I am now. Rock Band has afforded me a lot of opportunity. Just to give you the short list, I've been to E3 twice because of who I am in the community with Rock Band. No other reason would I ever would have got a pass probably to get in there. For once, I was considered press because of what I did, and I could prove it. So 2 years, starting 2009, I went to E3. Then after that, I've been to PAX East because of Rock Band. I've been to DC where I met Ryan. Ryan Gardner and I would have never met if it wasn't for Rock Band. I have made friendships that to this day across the globe. And when I say across the globe, I literally mean across the globe. Let's start with Harold, who's in West Virginia. Harold has been here in California to see me twice. Me and Phil. He's been to one of my birthday parties. He'll be back here to visit again this summer. Heather, as you know, is PMX Annex. We've become really good friends, and she's in France. Harold got a chance to go over there and got a chance to visit her in the last year. I've met so many people that I can't name them all. Who else? Just don't know the name. PMS Panda. I've met her. She's come down here 3 years ago and hung out with Me Bear and Chen, or Me Bear and Tiffany Chen, and we went out to dinner and hung out. People, this game was more than a game, and to some of us who truly have a stake in it, and I'm not talking about money. Money isn't everything. I'm talking about a stake firmly. When you look back on this game, you have good memories. That's going to be me. So I don't want you guys to disregard the power that Rock Band had. Just look at the videos. Still go look at Rock Band right now. There are certain drummers that just came out the woodwork. Whether you like them or whether you didn't, there was videos that was up in your face. I know I Bite Pretty Hard made it in my newspaper, the LA Times, down here because of a game. There was contest that was brewed. Some guy, 913, was on one of these said contests. I got to be on the stage publicly at E3 with I Bite Pretty Hard, with Some Guy 913, and with Guitar Hero Phenom, who is a 6-time Guinness World Book holder for Guitar Hero, just to go on the short list. So, do I hate to see it go? I really hate to see it go. I don't think it'll ever go, because I'm going to keep Rock Band alive in my own house, because every time I have a party, Rock Band is the number one requested game. When I go to my friend Mill's house, Rock Band, we play that too, and we all still continue to buy content as we go along. It's been one heck of a ride, Harmonix, and the one thing that I can say, whether you guys agree with me or disagree, is out of all of the game developers that I've had the privilege of meeting, I have sat down in companies with actual vice presidents of companies. Harmonix remains still, to me to this day, the most decent, most respectful, and the most caring about their fans. Now, one email have I ever sent to anyone at Harmonix, which most of my emails now goes to John Drake. Has he ever not answered? Has he ever turned me down? He was just straight. If I just wrote and said, "What's up, John? Just want to see what's going on. Hope you're having a good day," I would get an email message back within 24 to 48 hours. I just want you guys to realize that this is the kind of company that is behind games like this. Now, the other question that I've gotten is, does this mean that they're going to come out with something new for the PS4 platform? When it comes down Rock Band 4-wise, I'm going to say no. And that's only because if you dig through that fact that I'll post here, and if you was listening when I read the thing before, read the statement that they made before, they said that there is no other projects in the works right now for Rock Band. If they were to come up with something brand new for the PS4, at least right now when it launches, they would have already had to have this in the trenches already and ready to go as the PS4 will release at the holiday of this year. So, where does Harmonix go from here? Well, everything Harmonix lately has touched has turned to gold. They had Rock Band for 5+ years, 275 consecutive weeks, and at the same time, in the middle of that, they came up with a game called Dance Central, which they had to continuously put out DLC for that too. 3 Dance Central games, still considered to be one of the top, or if not the top, dance game of all time across Xbox and Kinect. I don't know what their other projects are, so before anybody says, well, you know, John Drake and them, they ain't telling anybody anything. You go through the fact they're saying that they have several IPs that they're working on. But they have not come out and said what all those things are. I did see Mr. Rogopoulos, who is the CEO of Harmonix, on the PS4 announcement when I was watching that live stream. I do know that they will do things in the future. So before people ask me, I have no clue. I don't know what they're coming out with. I don't know if it's going to be anything else that deals with musical instruments. I just don't know. Everything that Harmonix has turned out basically has been something to do with music. I don't think that that trend's going to stop now. Even if they did other IPs and other genres, I still think somewhere in the back that we will have some kind of music platform. So in closing, I'd like to just say to Harmonix, thank you. Thank you for all the things you've done for the community. Thank you for the entrepreneurship that you've created for people who never thought they could ever run or own a business. This game has given that to them. And thank you just for all your hard work. 275 consecutive weeks is a lot of weeks in a long time, which means that a lot of boys and girls behind those desks over there and their computers put in a lot of hours. And I don't want you guys to forget that a number of these guys have their own bands. Okay, I know John Drake plays with his own band. I know Helen McWilliams plays with her own band. I mean, this is all stuff on top of what they have to do. And if you guys know anything about John Drake, I call him the most busiest man in gaming because he's always flying somewhere. Whether it's overseas or here, I swear the man's never at home or in his office. So if you guys have any memories you want to leave a rock band or any comments or things of that nature, why don't you go ahead and leave them down here in the bottom of this video in the comment section, and we'll talk about that. The last thing I want to say that her gave me is, because of what Hero those guys are part of, yeah, Team Cena. Teams was born, whether you like it, whether you hate it, it was there. And it did exactly what I wanted to do. It's giving me friendships that I've never had. And the one other thing I want to say, because somebody said, oh, you can't find no girl if you play Rock Band. I can tell you, I won't mention their names. They're happy to comment down here if they'd like to, because I didn't actually contact them and ask them if I could use their name. So I won't, out of respect to them. But I can tell you that a baby has been born because of Rock Band. I can tell you that a marriage is about to take place because of Rock Band. And they are just one of many stories of how somebody has found their mate for life playing this game. And just think about it, folks. If Rock Band was never created, these people would have never met. And the lives that has been born because of it would never be here. So I think we owe Harmonix a bigger debt of gratitude than just the fact that they are game developers. They are also, in my eyes, life changers. So, all right, guys, you guys know how to reach me, Cena at CenasCorner.com. I'm also on Twitter, Cena5401. If you have any comments, leave them down here or send me a private message. And that's it from me, guys. Till next time, peace, love, keep rocking out, and we're going to catch you guys the next time.